Welcome, everyone, to our class today where you will learn simple English conversation because you need to master the basics. So, let's review some conversation phrases you can use when talking about being busy. So, let's say you ask someone, "What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? What are you? What are you doing right now?" So notice the question is in the present continuous because it's taking place now. So your answer can be, what would you say to that? What are you doing right now? So answer the question and put it in the comments. And as we go through the lesson, make sure you answer the questions to make it more interactive. So you can say, I'm working. That's your present continuous. But you need a preposition because you work on something. I'm working on an important report. I'm working on an important report. So, even a basic sentence, you can make it sound more advanced by adding an adjective like important. What are you doing right now? I'm working on night shift. So, you would just say, I'm working the night shift. You use on if there's a specific task or project, but you're not working on, you're just working the night shift. I am studying right now. And this is why we're reviewing the basics because there are still mistakes here. It's not I'm right now studying, it's I'm studying right now, or right now I'm studying. I'm watching J4's live. Woohoo! I'm working on my English. Exactly, because your English is a task, it's a project, and you can improve that. All right. How about this simple question? Are you busy today? Are you? So notice this is just a question in the present simple. Are you? You need to conjugate your auxiliary verb are. Are you busy? Are you busy today? So it's to be busy. And then busy functions as an adjective. Are you busy today? So you can answer yes or no. Of course, you can say, yes, I'm busy. No, I'm not busy. But that sounds a little too basic. So give some more information. Yes, I'm busy, but you don't need to say that. Yes, I have quite a few things to finish. So, quite a few. That is a more advanced way than saying some. It sounds more native. Quite a few, quite a few. I have quite a few things to finish. If you say I have a few things to finish, adding quite makes it sound higher in quantity. Yes, I have quite a few things to finish. So it sounds like many. I have many things to finish. So are you busy today? Yes, I am. So we only use the contracted form when it is an auxiliary verb or when you have a adjective, okay? But if it's just I am, then you cannot use the contracted form. Yes, I am. Because I'm watching J4's live. Now, if you added the adjective, then you could use the contraction. Yes, I'm busy. But otherwise, yes, I am. Yes, I have a fairly busy day. Otherwise, you would say, yes, I am fairly busy. Yes, I have a lot of stuff to do. That's exactly correct. Great job. I have a lot on my plate. Exactly. Great job. So, how about this? Do you have a minute to talk? Do you have a minute? Now, maybe instead of to talk, it might be, do you have a minute to review this? Do you have a minute to help me? Do you have a minute to fix this? Do you have a minute to carry this? So, you could choose a different verb, of course. Do you have a? Do you have a? Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? And native speakers often will just use that without the infinitive. Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? And then maybe you ask, can it wait? Can it wait? So that's very basic, but it's a natural way of suggesting that actually, no, I am busy, but if it's urgent, I can help you. But if it's not urgent, then I don't want to help you right now. Can it wait? I'm in the middle of something right now. So if you're in the middle of, to be in the middle of, then that means that task is in progress. I'm in the middle of reviewing a report. I'm in the middle of writing an email. I'm in the middle of making dinner. It's difficult to leave when you're in the middle of making dinner because something might burn, right? So you don't have to just use these in a professional situation. You can absolutely use them in a casual situation. I'm in the middle of cooking dinner right now. Exactly. Now, notice Natalia has cooking with the ing because of is a preposition. I'm in the middle of cooking dinner right now. This is a good one. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Do you have a minute to talk? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. It means I need a small amount of time until I can talk to you. Give me a sec. I will be available as soon as I finish a phone call. Exactly. Very nicely done. Oh, this is a good one. I'm in the middle of driving, so I can't talk. Exactly. So hopefully you're using hands free when you say this. You're not texting and driving. Yeah, you could say, hang on, hang on. So that's a very common way of just saying, wait, hang on, just a moment. Yeah, that's a little more standard, a little more professional. Okay. And what do you think? Are you enjoying this lesson? Yes, we're doing simple phrases, but you're learning how natives use these simple phrases using natural vocabulary. So if you're enjoying this lesson, put yes, 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 yes in the comments. Of course, like this lesson and subscribe so you're notified every time I go live. And also, you can get this free speaking guide. I have it right here. It's under my computer. So let me just get it without spilling my water beside me. So I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. It's absolutely free. Just go to my website, jforestenglish.com, and you'll see it right there, or you can find the direct link in the description. And also, if you want to keep improving your English, if you want a proven plan, if you want the training, the guidance, and the support, you can get that in my program, the Finally Fluent Academy. So this is where I'll help you make sure your English is correct, you sound natural and professional. So you can find more information in the link as well. Okay, how about this? Are you free? Are you free? So, free, of course, means available. I think most of my students know this. Are you free? But it sounds way more natural. Even though it's quite basic, it still sounds very natural. Are you free? And then you can use whatever time reference you want. Are you free at 5? Are you free tomorrow? Are you free in 5 minutes? So, whatever time reference you want. So, this time reference, of course, is this afternoon. Are you free this afternoon? It could be, are you free tomorrow afternoon? Okay. Are you free this afternoon? Sorry, no. Sorry, no. Now, of course, you can just say no, but that sounds relatively abrupt. So, a native speaker would say something to soften it, most likely, and say, sorry, maybe unfortunately, sorry, no, I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, are you free sometime next week? Sure, general reference. Give me a sec. I'm going to get my English speaking guide. Yes, Natalia. Thank you. I love it. Are you free? Sorry, I'm taking part in an English lesson. Yeah, so even if you don't say the word no, if you say sorry, the no is understood. Oh, this is nice. Sorry. And then unfortunately, I'm swapped right now. Very nicely. Yeah, awesome job. Sorry, no, I have a lot to catch up on. Well done. I like that. To catch up on. Okay, how about this? Why are you so busy today? So maybe you walk into your friend's office or a coworker's office or even someone's house because lots of people work from home and the person is just typing. They have a ton of papers everywhere and you just want to know what's going on. Why? Why are you so busy today? Why are you so busy today? I have 3 deadlines this afternoon. I have 3 deadlines this afternoon. So, a deadline, that's a noun. That's when there is a due date. It could be for a project, it could be for even a personal thing, like you have to update your passport or whatever, but there's a specific time you have to do that. So, it could be for work or even in your personal life. I have 3 deadlines this afternoon. Yeah, I'm really swamped. That means I'm busy. I'm busy because I'm watching English. Very nice. Because I have to do a project at school. Exactly. Very nicely done. Okay, how about this? Can you help me with this? Can you help me? So, adding with this, because you can help someone do something, but you can also help someone with something. So if I say, "Can you help me do this?" The action would be quite obvious. So maybe I'm peeling potatoes and there's a big pile of potatoes. And then my husband walks in and I say, "Can you help me do this?" And if I say, "Can you help me do this?" the action is obvious because I'm peeling a potato. So he would know I want him to help me peel potatoes. Now, you can also say, "Can you help me with this?" Now, the with this would represent a task. So you could turn the verb peel potatoes into a task and say, "Can you help me with peeling potatoes? Can you help me with these potatoes? Can you help me with this report?" For example. So it's just an alternative structure that native speakers commonly use. Oh, yeah, I've got some time. How can I help? How can I help? I like that. Okay, so maybe my husband would say, "Absolutely, but give me 5 minutes first." Maybe he needs to respond to an email, change his clothes because he might get dirty in the kitchen, maybe just use the bathroom, whatever it is. Absolutely, but give me 5 minutes first. So, this is great because you're accepting the task with enthusiasm. Absolutely. But give me 5 minutes first. Give me 5 minutes first. Yeah. Can you give me a hand with this? Absolutely. Can you help me with this? Absolutely. But after watching this video, love it. Love it. Or just decline it and say, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry. Sorry, I'm in a hurry." Not at the moment. I'm a bit tied up. Very nice. Tied up means busy with other things. I'd be absolutely delighted to help you. That's a very enthusiastic and polite way to accept that task. Great job. How about talking about waiting? Things we do all the time. Are you waiting for something right now? I know you probably waited a few minutes for me to start the lesson at the beginning. Maybe you're waiting for an email to come in. Maybe you're waiting for your breakfast to be ready, whatever it is. Okay. Or you ask someone, "Have you been waiting long?" So maybe you get to the park or a restaurant or even a boardroom, a meeting room late. Or you get there on time, but the person you're meeting is already there, even though you're on time. So that means the person was early, early. But you might just ask, "Have you been waiting long?" So notice the sentence structure. It's to wait, but it's in the present perfect continuous because it started in the past and continues until the moment of speaking. Have you been waiting long? Not too long. So, not too long reduces the amount of time. It sounds like not a lot of time, not too long. maybe about 10 minutes. So you can provide the actual amount of time, or you can just say not too long, not too long, not too long. Not too long. I've been enjoying myself. Sorry, I'm late. Have you been waiting long? Yeah, you can absolutely add sorry, I'm late. How about this? Are you still waiting for their reply? So maybe you know that your friend submitted an their application and they're waiting to hear back if they get an interview or not. Or maybe your friend or your spouse requested a day off and they submitted the request to HR or their boss and they're waiting to hear back. So to hear back, that means they're waiting for the reply. Their reply means the reply from the boss. Are you still waiting for their reply? You could also say, are you still waiting for a reply? You don't have to use a possessive, but you can just use an article. Are you waiting for a reply? A reply. Are you still? If you add still, it means that you know the person has already been waiting. So you want to know if that waiting continues. So it changes the meaning if you say, are you waiting for their reply? In that case, you don't know. But if you say, are you still waiting? You know your friend has been waiting for an hour or a day or a week or a month, depending on what the reply will be. And the friend can answer and say, yeah, I haven't heard back from them yet. So if you haven't heard back, notice this sentence structure. It's to hear back from someone. To hear back from someone. Now, because it hasn't happened yet, but it can happen, it's the present perfect. I haven't heard back from them yet. And we add yet at the very end to suggest that you can hear back. It's still possible. You must ask them 10 times to get an answer. Okay, I am awaiting their response. Yes, you can say that. Awaiting is relatively formal. I would say native speakers don't use awaiting in just a casual everyday context. So keep that in mind. It would sound better to just use wait for. How about this? Is the bus late today? Is the bus late today? So maybe you get to the bus stop and you see there are quite a few people waiting for the bus. So you ask the person, "Is the bus late today?" And then they can say, "Yeah, we've been waiting for almost 20 minutes. We've been waiting." So again, present perfect continuous because it started in the past and continues until now. Can I say I'm waiting for their answer? Okay, yeah, you can absolutely say that. I'm waiting for. So you wait for, to wait for. In the present continuous, I am waiting for their answer. Now, answer instead of reply. Okay, reply is general because an answer means you asked a question that may be a yes or no question. Okay. But their reply, it could be that you're waiting for information, you're waiting for them to send you a report. So, in that sense, that wouldn't be an answer. An answer would only be if it's a yes or no style question. Okay. So, you absolutely can say that, but reply is general. Okay, so yes, we've been waiting for now almost 20 minutes. If you add almost, it means not quite. So it could have been 18, 19. It's close, but it does not exceed 20 minutes. Yes, we've been waiting for 30 minutes. Exactly. I've I've been waiting for my friend for almost 45 minutes. Perhaps he stood me up. Exactly, exactly. So if the friend stood this person up, it means the friend made an appointment and then didn't show up. Maybe the friend forgot. Maybe the friend was offered a better appointment with someone else and consciously chose not to go, but the friend doesn't come, even though they're supposed to. How about this? Are you ready to order? Okay, so if someone asks you if you're ready to order, it sounds like that person is a server or an employee of some sort. So imagine you're sitting at a restaurant and I'm your server, and I come up to you and say, are you ready to order? Are you ready? Are you ready to do something? The to do here is to order. To order. Are you ready to order? And then you say, not yet. So that's the short form of saying, I am not ready to order yet. Okay. You can simply say, not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting for someone. I'm waiting for someone. So this lets the server know that you're not going to order until your friend or whoever you're meeting arrives. Not yet. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Exactly. Or not yet. I need 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Not yet. I'm still reading the menu. We don't generally use the verb read with a menu. We usually say, I'm still reviewing the menu. So I wouldn't use read. You can absolutely say, not yet. I'm still deciding. Exactly. I'm still deciding. Not yet. I'm still deciding. Not quite yet. Yeah, you can absolutely add quite. Not quite yet. Could we have a few more minutes, please? What do you recommend? Absolutely. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? Very nice. Nicely asked. How about this? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So maybe someone just looks like they're waiting and you don't know why. What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for my number to be called. So this could be in certain public places uh, in North America. Sometimes when you go up to like a deli or a butcher shop or certain styles of restaurants, often with delis and butcher shops. I don't know why. You walk in and there's a little ticket station and you pull a little ticket and it has a number on it and then they call the number when it's your turn. So I'm waiting for my number to be called. Let's move on to asking for help. Asking for help, something we all do. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Sure. What do you need? So maybe you're not sure what the task requires. So you can accept the task by saying sure. 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 Very native way. Sure. 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 What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? It's like saying, sure, how can I help? How can I help? So you can absolutely use how can I help? You can add you. How can I help you? It's very common for natives just to say, how can I help without the you, but grammatically you can include the you. Or alternatively, what do you need? Sure. What do you need? How about this? Do you know how to use this machine? So maybe this is what you need help with. Do you know how to use this machine? Now, maybe the machine is a printer or I don't know what other, because you wouldn't refer to a computer as a machine, but if there were a printer, I would call that a machine. So there's only specific things that you would use with this machine. And the only one I can really think of is a printer. If you can think of something else that we would use this machine instead of just saying the name, because like I said, you wouldn't call a computer a machine. You wouldn't call your phone a machine, for example. So the only thing I can think of is printer. Do you know how to use this machine? Yeah, I can show you how. I can show you how. Oh, this is nice. Yes, let me show you. Let me show you. Exactly. I like that as well. Let me show you. Sounds very polite. How about this? Do you mind helping me for a minute? Okay. A very common way to ask someone for help is, do you mind? Do you mind? Now, do you mind is a gerund expression. Do you mind helping me for a minute? Now, you could say for a minute, for 5 minutes, for a moment, or just do you mind helping me and don't include the time reference. Yeah, do you know how to use this new app? Exactly. Very nice. Okay. Do you mind helping me for a moment? Not at all. So notice this is a confusing sentence structure for some people because do you mind? But to accept, you use a negative. Okay. Because if you say, yes, I mind, it means that you don't want to do it. So, do you mind? You answer no to accept the task. Okay. Do you mind helping me? No, I'd love to. But you start with no. No, not at all. I don't mind. Exactly. I don't mind at all. Not at all means 0. On a scale of how much I care, how much I don't want to help you, it's 0. Okay, so it's positive. It makes it sound like, yes, absolutely. Can I say, can you helping me? No, because can is a modal, so you need the base verb. Can you help me? Can you help me? Ah, exactly. Of course not. Of course not. Okay. So that's saying negative. It's a stronger no. Of course not. I'm glad to help you whenever you ask. So a few things need to change in your next sentence, but I like, of course not. You wouldn't say nothing though. Do you mind? Nothing. No, that doesn't work. So, no, not at all. Of course not. I don't mind. Those are common ones. If I see another one, I'll absolutely not. You could say that as well. Okay, not at all. What's the problem? What's the problem? If I ask you what's the problem, I want to know what you need help with. Not at all. How can I help? Not at all. What do you need? So there are different ways to ask that. Okay, let's move on to health and fitness. You don't look well. Are you all right? First of all, be careful because there are only certain people you would say, you don't look well. If you're just a casual acquaintance with someone or you're meeting a new client or your boss, depending on the relationship you have, that could be considered rude or inappropriate. But if it's a family member, if it's a friend, or if it's a coworker or even a boss that I have a close relationship with, I would say this: "You don't look well. Are you all right?" Maybe they have big bags under their eyes. Maybe they, just they're like this. You don't look well. Are you all right? Are you all right? I think I just need some rest. So this is a a way of answering without directly answering. So they're basically saying that I'm tired. I'm tired, but they're not using that language. I think I just need some rest. I think I just need some rest. Yeah, you can absolutely say, "Is everything okay? Is everything okay?" Very nice. I'm just a little under the weather. If you're under the weather, it means you're sick, usually because you have a cold, just a regular cold or a regular flu. It's nothing that serious. Maybe you just have a runny nose, a cough, a little bit of a fever. I'm under the weather. How are you feeling now? So maybe this was yesterday and now today you see the person. How are you feeling now? So you want to know, are they feeling worse, the same, or better? How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Much better than yesterday, thankfully. So you could just say much better. You could even start with thankfully and say, thankfully, much better. Now, you can use than yesterday because you're comparing it. I feel much better now than yesterday compared to yesterday. Or, yeah, could be better. How are you feeling now? Honestly, could be better. Okay. So, could be better means on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe you're like a 4, which isn't that great. So you're saying I could be a 6 or 7. So you're saying you don't feel that great. You wouldn't say I'm exhausted a little bit. You would say I'm a little exhausted. Don't use bit. I'm a little exhausted. But adding a little sounds odd to exhausted because exhausted means very tired, extremely tired. So it's like saying I'm a little extremely tired. So a little to me doesn't really work with exhausted. Let's hope this is the answer. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, thankfully. Or you can ask someone just, is everything okay? Is everything okay? So maybe you notice the person, maybe they don't look the best. Maybe they're just like this in a meeting, or they're a little bit a little bit sharp with you, meaning they aren't as friendly or they're slightly rude even. So you want to know, like, this person isn't usually like that. Is everything okay? And then they can apologize, sorry. Sorry for being rude. Sorry for snapping at you. I didn't sleep very well last night. Sorry, I didn't sleep very well last night. Much better after getting some rest. You don't take some rest. You take a nap, which means to sleep for a small amount of time, 20, 30 minutes. So you take a nap. You get some rest. You get some sleep. So much better after getting some rest. Is everything okay? Oh, yeah, just exhausted. Exactly. So you're saying, yes, everything's okay, but you're also letting them know that you're tired, you're exhausted. Yeah, and you can use "Is everything all right?" instead of "Okay." Absolutely. How about ending a conversation? You can say, "I'd better be going. I'd better be going." So notice the this is I had, okay? Because I'd can be a contraction for I would or I had. If I were you, I'd quit my job. I would. Okay. But here, grammatically, it doesn't make sense with would. So it's also with had. I'd better be going. Now, in spoken English, you will not hear that contraction. It will sound like I better be going. I better be going. I'd better be going. I better be going. I'd better be going. I just did it with both ways. And trust me, I can't really hear a difference. You will not hear a difference either. But just know the apostrophe D is there and it's required grammatically. I'd better be going. So the person can reply back and say, "All right, talk to you later." So, all right is just a way of acknowledging or accepting that the person is leaving. All right, talk to you later. Talk to you later. Talk to you. Talk to you. Talk to you later. Talk to you soon. So instead of talk to, of course, you can use see you later, see you soon, talk to you later, talk to you soon. How about this? I have to head back to work. Native speakers love using the verb head instead of go. It's certainly a part of my vocabulary. I use it every single day, I would say. And I would use it more frequently than saying I have to go back to work. I would say I have to head back to work. I have to head home. I have to head to the mall. I have to head to the grocery store. I'm heading to meet my friend. It's just very commonly done. But if you don't feel comfortable using it, you can replace it with go. I have to go back to work. I have to head back to work. So this means return. Because if you say I have to head to work, that just means I have to go to work. But when you use back, it means you were already there. So most likely you're on a lunch break or you're on a coffee break or you're just taking a break. So you have to return because your scheduled time at work hasn't finished. I have to head back to work. Yeah, me too. So the person you're talking to, I should go back to work as well. Yeah, me too. See you soon. See you soon. Yeah, you can use likewise. Yeah, likewise. See you later. See you soon. Yeah, likewise. Likewise is a good one. I like that. I got to get back to work. That sounds very natural. Definitely something a native speaker would say for sure. I got to get back. Well, I better get back. I better get back. I better get back to work. That's sentence structure. I just use I'd. I'd better. I'd better get back. Yeah, it's the same. Get back to work, return to work. I would just say that get back doesn't necessarily mean you're not at the office, okay? If you have to head back to work, it means that your location, your physical location is different from your work. Maybe you're at a cafe, you're at the park, you're just around the corner, whatever it might be, okay? But if you have to get back to work, I could be at my desk, but then a coworker comes and we're talking. The coworker tells me about her weekend. And then I realize we've been talking for 15 minutes and I have a deadline. So I would say, I got to get back to work. So in that case, it doesn't mean I have to physically change my location. So get back is a little more general. You can use it with both, but head back or go back means you have to change your physical location. Of course, it was nice talking to you. It was nice talking to you. Instead of nice, you can replace that with it was great talking to you. It was good talking to you. It was a pleasure talking to you. So notice all of those use the verb in ing. Nice, good, great, a pleasure. And then you can reply back with hope to see you again soon. Or someone used one, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. That's great. You can also use let's. Let's keep in touch. Let's. We'll keep in touch. Let's keep in touch. Or it was nice talking to you. Same for me. See you soon. Exactly. That sounds great. Same for me. Same for me. It means I also think it was nice talking to you. See you soon. See you soon. Or whatever ending you want. See you soon. See you later. See you around. Oh, someone just said that. It's funny. See you around. Exactly. It's been nice talking to you. Exactly. It has been nice. It's been nice talking to you. You can use that as well. So notice mine is the past continuous, and then this is the present perfect. You can use both of them when you're ending a conversation. Yeah, you can use see you around, see you around, see you around. This means around means at different locations. Okay. So let's say I work in a large office complex. Now, in this office complex, there's a cafeteria on the main level, there's a gym, there are multiple areas where you can have your lunch. There's a garden. There's a parking lot. So if I say see you around, it means maybe tomorrow I'll see you in the cafeteria. Maybe the next day I'll see you at the gym. Maybe the day after that I'll see you in the parking lot. So it suggests that I expect to see this person in different locations. That's the only context you would use see you around. See you around. I use this one a lot. It was lovely. I like using the word lovely. I'll be honest, it's a little more feminine. I don't hear a lot of men using it, but for all my ladies, it was lovely talking to you. Definitely a little more feminine, but it's a great one. It's in my vocabulary, and a lot of my female friends use it as well. All right, everyone. That's the end of our lesson. This was fun for me, and I hope it was beneficial for you. And remember, it's so important to practice the basics and master the basics as well. These little things like having the right word in the right order is so important to sound fluent. So before you go on and try to learn complex topics, just focus on mastering the basics like we did today. But everything I taught you was still very natural, very native, not textbook at all. And you can get this free speaking guide. Remember, this is absolutely free. You can save it to your computer or you can print it like I did. And in this free guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. So you can find the link in the description or just go to my website. And my students already know what's coming. Exactly. Put yes, yes, yes in the comments if you enjoyed this lesson. And remember, if you want to keep improving your English, if you want my personal support and you want the training, the guidance that you need to reach your goals fast, you can get that support in my program, the Finally Fluent Academy. So again, you can go to the link in the description or just go to my website and you'll see the link for the Finally Fluent Academy. And like the students are already doing, put yes, yes, yes in the comments. Thank you so much, everyone. Woohoo! You're very welcome. And I will see all of you in my next lesson. Bye.